Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. First of all, I want to apologise for not doing a video last week. I have been very ill with a cold, and I still kind of have it. It's in my nose and in my head. I feel a bit crap, but I think we can manage doing one episode or another. I've just popped from London to Winchester to lower my terror off camera because it was quite high. Now, today's episode, I'm going to try and finish the mission which told us to go to the floating parliament and... where is it? It's down here somewhere. Pardoner's Tale. Floating Parliament and the Most Serene Mausoleum. So we're going to see if we can make our way over there. I think the quickest way to get down there is to go through this bit, assuming it's not blocked off. Knowing my luck, there's probably a big blockage in the way. Journal. Journal, get off the screen. Oh dear. There we go. See, got rid of it. Fine. It's wonderful. The game is working perfectly fine. So, has anyone played the Fallen London over the past couple of weeks? I know that the Feast of the Rose has come and gone, which is like the Valentine's Day time. I'd like to thank anyone who sent me things, and I'll try to send them back when I could for any of the events and stuff. I actually managed to get one of the companions. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the nun, just because she had the most interesting storyline behind her. Something about swearing, smoking, and standing under a lamppost. That's my kind of nun. Right. Oh, what's this? Let's quickly pinch some hours. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. That's fine. See, we use the rock as a driving aid. Why am I going to the Well of the Wolf? No, I need to kind of aim down a little bit here. So after I've done this quest, my plan is to try and do the Barbizon... not Barbizon? Why did I say Barbizon? I just read that on the screen. Yeah, my brain is still foggy because of the whole cold thing. Gate. The gate. This gate. Dusking's Deep Gate. The Eleutheria to Albion. See, the big problem is you have to build two gates, which is something I didn't realise. You have to build it on one side and then on the other side, and you need the same amount of materials for each one. So that's going to be fun. Because Eleutheria is not quite as hospitable as Albion. Albion is not that hospitable compared to the Wilderness. The Wilderness is lovely. Or the Reach, I should say. That place is lovely because it's all green and nice, and there's various different places you can lower your terror. But, Eleutheria? I can't even think of anywhere off the top of my head you can lower your terror. At least in Albion you have Winchester War. Okay, let's cut through here. But that means that the main port of call... oh, excuse me. Oh, my nose. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun episode, this is. No, I'm ignoring that. The main fun is getting the money required to buy all the bits we need. So hopefully we can pick up some bargains or something of bronzewood. That would be very useful. Oh. Bugger. Spy evasive maneuvers. I still find it weird the deranged dreadnoughts around the floating parliament. I kind of expect those to be around the sun. Oh, cantankerous bugger off. You're like the least of my trouble right now. I'm just going to drive off. At some point I'll buy the bigger engine so we can go quicker. Oh god. It's cold. Maybe I've made a horrible mistake. Yesterday, well, so today when I'm recording this, there is a new video on my channel called The World of Horror. It's a one-off special video sort of thing, and if you like Sunless Skies, you are probably going to like that game. Oh god, it's the guests. Oh, that was the wrong way. Why is there so many nasty things around the parliament? Evasive maneuvers? Yeah, quick, hide in here. Yes, it should just be right in front of us. There it is, quick. Dock. Good god. Probably have loads of random things I need to do here. This is one of the few places I never come. The Palace of Highminster. The Emperor shipped the Houses of Parliament brick by brick to Old London into the High Wilderness. No, is this the perpetual... one of these reduces terror? Yes, this one. A bell rings and the protesters outside the palace drop their placards for a few minutes. Servants flock through the gate, bearing trays of scones and piping hot tea. Arguments over democracy pause to debate the urgent matter of whether jam or cream should go onto the scones first, or scones. Nothing can go wrong while enjoying an only slightly stale bun. Your aunt examines the scone with professional distaste. I suppose one shouldn't complain, she mutters, but marches off to have a quiet word with the baker anyway. You eat the slightly stale scone, complete with lashings of jam and clotted cream. God, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. Right, let's go into the Palace of Highminster. Let's compile a port report while we're here. We may as well. While the palace is off limits to most, there are always ministers and civil servants whose busy schedules allow for a moment for a free drink. You ask the obvious question, what is the point of Parliament when Her Renewed Majesty never gives her assent to any of its proposed laws? They bristle. Tyrants fall. Democracy endures. Okay. Here we go. Ask about the disgraced former courtier. She had friends in Parliament. Perhaps they might be willing to fill in a little of her history for you. The MP for Lesser Richmond is puttering about the corridors. She sputters into her handkerchief when you mention the courtier's name. She asks you to wait in her office while she fetches the courtier's friend. A bewhiskered undersecretary appears in the doorway. He offers you the MP's ginger biscuits and a dram of her whiskey. He makes sure the door is firmly closed before he'll tell you anything. Eventually, he finishes, quite red-faced. You are given to understand the throne was thoroughly cleaned afterwards. The same cannot be said of the courtier's reputation. Oh. But I'm guessing that means that she wasn't very nice. Observe the people's perpetual protest. Let's just ignore the protest, I think. Terror has fallen. Okay, so on to our next locale, which is the most serene mausoleum. And now part of me thinks that maybe I'm going to cut through here. I don't think I've ever done it. It's all a bit of a dark zone, so we're going to go exploring and hope we don't come across anything that's particularly nasty. Hopefully I'll find more. That was the wrong button. On. Hopefully we'll find some interesting things down here. By interesting, I mean non-deadly and slightly actually interesting, rather than interestingly deadly. I do have enough supplies and fuel, I think. I should be okay. Does the Most Serene Mausoleum actually sell fuel? Because if they don't, I could be in trouble. Yes, they do. I was going to the Home Bureau from here. Intriguing. Now, part of me kind of wants to use the owl when I get down here, just to see if there's anything hidden away. But I don't really want to use my supplies. What am I actually carrying in my hold right now? Okay, just the hours that we picked up along the way. Nothing too exciting. What is that? There's something there. It's an eyeball. Hopefully it's not terror. Wait, does that... It means wonder, doesn't it? Is it Big Ben? Listen! A crewman hisses. It's good luck if you hear him chime. Yes, it's the Tower of Chimes. How have I only just found this? I think Big Ben's having loads of work done at the moment. I don't actually live in London, so I don't know. I vaguely remember there being some news about it a while back, but now the news is just taken over by the coronavirus and how it's basically destroying the world right now. Isn't it, as recording this today, they said there's been an outbreak in Italy and Iran? It's like, oh god, that's a little bit close to home. It's when we're happy that England is an island, I suppose. But then we have just shipped over 32 confirmed cases into the country, so let's hope our team of quarantine people are actually good at their jobs. Otherwise, we're all going to get ill. I mean, I get ill. Like, I'm good at it. I'm afraid to say that if the coronavirus hits this country, I'm dead. Let's face it, I catch every single cold known to man, apparently. Like, I still have one right now. I was a bit worried, though, I will admit. I got ill on the Monday last week, and I got a text message from my doctor that same day saying, if you think you have the coronavirus, you need to call 111 and not go to the... well, 111 is the English non-emergency number. That makes sense. And I was like, oh, well, I don't think I have the coronavirus. I kind of have a flu, a little bit of a fever, and a little bit blocked up and headachy and weak. But I don't think I have the coronavirus. So I just stayed at home, and luckily I'm getting better now. But if the coronavirus hits, oh god, it's going to cause a mess. Oh, it's snowing. I love it when it snows. That's a scorn fluke. Bugger, 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 bugger. That was the worst evasive maneuvers I've ever done. Now you might be asking, why isn't he fighting it? It's because basically I'm sick of fighting things for very little rewards and almost dying every time because I'm bad at the combat in this game. So as we can outrun them, it's fine. At some point I'm going to be forced to fight them and then that's just not fun. I'm also concerned about our fuel supplies issue. If it was a bandit, yeah, it'd be fine. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about World of Horror, wasn't I? That video is not brilliant. The game even crashed right at the end of the video, and I wasn't going to put it up if you want a little bit of inside information about my channel, but I decided to do it just because I'm sure somebody out there will like it, right? Skyfarers exposed to the haunting light of the stars are prone to sudden obsessions and erratic behaviour. You discover a stoker angrily defacing the engine's Bible. He claims that here in the heavens there are more pertinent gods than that of King James. Immediately he launches into a sermon about the burrow below, the Worm Mother, general progenitrix of the Devourers of Days, who are called the Aegiani. She tunneled the paths across the sky. Every transit is a trespass. We must give praise. Let's try and roll the 75%. Let's send him back to work. Oh, we succeeded. You issue them a grueling list of new duties. They have no time now for starry obsessions or wild notions. Engine grease and elbow grease, as you've heard the old Skyfarers say. Pretty valid way of dealing with that problem. Hey, there's some coffins. I will pay my respects to lower my terror if I can. Yep, pay my respects. Because anyway, when I first logged in, I was like, oh my god, my terror's at like 80%. I've done quite a good job of lowering it. Surprisingly. Okay, now I'm worried about our fuel issue. How much money do I actually have? 3,200. Yeah, having like a week of not playing this has made me basically forget everything. I logged in and I was like, god, what was I doing? And my notebook, I haven't been writing in it for a while. I kind of forgot. I moved it off my desk, which was the worst thing I could have possibly done. I was tidying up and I moved it, and now it's always out of reach, and I just can't be bothered to get it while I'm in the middle of recording. And I forget to get it after recording. In fact, after I finish this recording, I'm going to try and remember to get up my book. And just look at it and see how many hundreds of things I haven't done. I am still, to this day, thoroughly impressed at the sheer amount of things I haven't seen in this game. You've also got to bear in mind that I haven't really touched on the war, the Winchester War, the big part of this game where you pick a side and you fight on one side and destroy the other. Like, I just kind of let it naturally do its own thing. Like when the Tacites took over the Port Prosper. Oh no, not Port Prosper. They took over... Hang on. New Winchester? There we go. They took over New Winchester and the other guys had to pull back. The stovepipes had to pull back to Port Prosper. I haven't really taken part in any of that. Alright, here we are. Let's see. Oh, while I'm also here, I need to press a button. He told me that I should press the button for... well, let's attend a funeral before we go there. I'm just going to attend a miser's funeral. The chapel is empty, the corpse lies largely unborn. That's a horrible, horrible thing to think about. Just dying and no one being there. The attending priest drones soothingly as the few mourners chatter. They came in the hope of a last-minute display of generosity. They leave frustrated and disappointed, if not surprised. Okay, this is what I needed to click on. Investigate the Chamberlain's disappearance. Oh, my nose. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not very professional. The most serene mausoleum endures. Its catacombs grows, and necropolis line brings more bodies for burial. Traders bring fresh hours into the mausoleum, endowments from the Empress for the deathless interred in their vaults. Plans are in motion to add a new chapel to the nave, while the deathless petition for a new, separate station for the exclusive use of their servants. Death has never been so much in motion. Okay. Here we go. No one seems willing to state the obvious, that the Chamberlain's sudden absence is a cause for concern. 81%. Failure. Damn. The other deathless studiously avoid the topic of the Chamberlain's disappearance, talking around it as one might talk around indelicate matters in polite company. Missing? No. He is indefinitely indisposed. Their polite silence is impossible to break. They change the subject with consummate skill. Perhaps you'll have more luck getting them to open up after more time has passed, and the Chamberlain's continued absence becomes impossible to ignore. Damn. Well, it was worth a go, right? We approach the Deathless. We can speak with the macabre counselor. Or we can entertain a request from the macabre counselor. The cheery registrar gives you a note and a worried smile. The macabre counselor has requested your attendance, and honor rarely granted the legally living. Several footmen are on hand to escort you from the nave and through an oak-panelled doors that lead into the catacombs of silence where the macabre counselor resides. Black candles burn in silver candelabras. Fading tapestries moulder on the walls. In glass cabinets, bones of saints and sinners are displayed with gloomy relish. The macabre counselor is in a Malden mood, regaling you with stories of her youth and musing wistfully on past regrets. I have only one worth mentioning. My daughter. The Empress saw fit to take her from me as a punishment, I suppose. She could be terribly pretty. Could Vicky. Could be terribly petty. Could Vicky. She examines you, speculatively. I wish to have my daughter returned to me. Fulfill this commission and I shall bequeath upon you a great reward. You are partial to a good reward. It occasionally gets you in trouble. Why not? She is a hostage of pertinence, kept to ensure my discretion. He hands you several charcoal sketches of her daughter. A pretty, presumptuous heiress with dark eyes and a curly lock of her brown hair. I have an agent in place to assist and to conceal my daughter's escape. You will need invitations to access the half-light mask to effect a rescue. I only have 3 to hand. It's likely you will need to secure more. Your mind returns to her use of the word hostage. An odd choice. Pertinence is said to be a place of endless delights, where the children of society's elite dally in luxury. Surely it shouldn't be too much trouble to rescue one spoiled, presumptuous heiress from the lap of opulence, even if it is, as it were, the Empress's lap. Okay. Well, let's keep that in mind. Let's speak with the macabre counselor while we're here. The counselor advances through the nave like an old spider trespassing on a rival's web. Her dark eyes dart and her fingers curl and twitch. She notices your gaze and approaches lazily. A footman moves to intercept, but she holds up her hand. He pales and retreats. She begins by quoting Keats at you. Ode to a Nightingale. She surmises you've encountered death in the skies, known its easeful touch on your cheek. She proceeds thusly for some minutes, lingering on each crewman fallen, each cold burial in the dark. And then she smiles subtly and bids you a pleasant day. Oh dear. Oh well, we gained some terror, which isn't brilliant, but I guess everything else is fine. Okay, so where is Where is the person we need to talk to? Oh, the Covenant. Here it is. Locate the cover. It's right at the top. Bloody hell. The nun detained in the avid horizon was on her way here. Perhaps her sisters might be able to shed some light on her predicament. The convent is located in the sepulchre annex of the mausoleum, just off the nave. Red candles light the way through the gloomy hallways to the entrance. It is ostensibly for the good of the souls of those sequestered in the mausoleum and patronized by the luminous cardinal. You can't help but note the decor is very martial. A furious prioress is on hand to answer your questions. Yes, we know her. No, we did not ask her to join us, she frowns. And even if we had, which I'm not saying we have, diplomatically we could never be seen to have officially vouched for her. Do you understand? Gained 5 terror again. God damn it, stop giving me terror. Okay, well, I guess we could contemplate the dead son, but that definitely gives me terror. But we get something good. Vision of the heavens. Yeah, so I think I've read that a million times. The unclear bomb. Okay, well, now we go back and we make our decision. Apparently, all of them are horrendous. All of them. I didn't buy any fuel. Hang on. Take out the side of the mausoleum. Oh, God. One day I'll become a good driver. One day. Oh, there is actually... Yes. I will buy these. Ministry approved literature. Incredibly useful. Let's buy one more fuel. I never seem to have any ministry approved literature when I need it, so it seems like a very good thing to have. Right, so the home bureau is here. Let's not go down this way because that's going to give me tons of terror. So let's go up around the top. Slightly further away, slightly more fuel, but less terror. Because they definitely made this place evil. I could cut through here, I suppose. There's no point, is there? I'm better off just go straight over the top. Yeah, straight over the top. It'll be fine. Hey look, it's been like 20 minutes into an episode and I actually achieved something. Are you all proud of me? Normally I'm just like, you know, flopping around in the skies hoping things are going to happen. I had a plan and I've almost finished the plan. After this, it's just going to be a case of trying to make as much money as possible, which means I need to come up with interesting things to talk about while I'm doing just 100 trade runs. I may do trade runs off camera a little bit, but I'm always worried that if I do stuff off camera that something important's going to happen or I'm going to die and it's not going to be on camera. And then I have to try and explain. Oh god, no, I remember this place. I'm going to have to explain to you lovely people as to why I have a new character. Even though I have been toying with the idea that if this character dies, not to start again, but to go and have a look at Sunless Skies for a little bit. Just because it's different, and it plays completely differently, and I'm going to suck at it, probably. I mean, I know for a fact that Sunless Skies is the easier of the two games. I did read something the other day about Failbetter potentially releasing a game that's completely different to these two games, like set in the same universe, but like a completely different style of game. That excites me greatly. Not gonna lie, it'd be really good. It's hard to imagine what else they could do, but they're a very intelligent game development studio, so I imagine they have much better ideas than I do. Because could you do an RPG or something like that? I mean, potentially. Oh, that's in the way. Oh, never mind. He's buggered off. You could do like an RPG or something, but because Fallen London's technically an RPG, it's just an RPG that's purely text-based. Like, what kind of full AAA game could you make? Like, it's not really a strategy game. I can't imagine it'd be a strategy game. Oh, that's some food there. It's not going to be like a first-person shooter, is it? Let's face it. I mean, it might be. If it is, oh my god, if they managed to pull that off, that would be insanely funny. But somehow I doubt it. It's going to be something narrative. Ow. I mean, they could always do like a purely story-driven sort of game. I don't know. As in like a third-person story game. It's kind of like Deliver Us the Moon, which I'm still doing the series on, by the way, even though yesterday or tomorrow is a different video completely. I kind of wanted to jump on the bandwagon, but I was still late. It was still everywhere on YouTube, even though I did it almost as soon as I could make that video. I logged into YouTube the day that I did it, and I was like, oh, it's everywhere. So I've been beaten by the professionals again, as always. Right, where are we? The Home Office. We need to talk to... Let's compile a port report around here. There we go. Deal with the proprietor's request, is it? Okay. Kind of want to talk to the people. I mean, to be honest, the decision that seems to make the best choice here is decide to pardon no one, because no one wanted them back. He's not going to be happy if I release no one, is he? You know what? Screw it. No one will receive a pardon. That's what my gut's telling me to do. The nun lets out a sharp bark that might be a laugh. The aristocrat pales and fixes you with a gaze as murderous as any dark and midnight hag. The former courtier slumps into the seat and turns her head away. The acting senior proprietor thanks you curtly before drawing a pair of scissors from his desk. His expression is avid as he cuts up the pardon. Oof. You decided that no one was worthy of pardon. All shall remain on the avid horizon. 1,000 sovereigns, good Christ. While I'm here, I might as well take some tea. Wonderful. But I guess I could try and make it back to London. Let's try and make it back to London. I was going to end the episode, but we have a couple of minutes, and finishing it in London is just better for me, I think. Besides, I could talk about the things I'm doing in Fallen London while I'm here. I may as well. I mean, I'm currently doing the joining the Velocipede Squad, the police Velocipede Squad, to try and track down Jack of Smiles, which is, honestly, it's one of the best things I've done in the entire game. I can't remember if I've talked about this in another episode or not, but the writing in that story is brilliant. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna crash. Oh god, I'm still sick. Ugh. Don't worry, I've got to go to work in like 2 hours. That's fun. So I've somehow got to try and edit this video and sort everything out. If there is any days where there's no videos, I do apologise. I try to make a video every day, but when I'm sick and stuff, I find it very hard. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Fallen London. Chasing Jack. The Velocipede, or Penny Farthing, or whatever you want to call it. I just love the idea of the police force using those. They need to bring this back into modern day. I want to see policemen riding down the street on a penny farthing, just chasing after criminals, like blowing their whistle. I think it would be the best thing ever. In fact, I think bringing policemen back with whistles would be pretty good. Is that a thing? Is that a thing in London? Because it sure as hell ain't a thing in this part of the country. No, you see a policeman, they're just walking around in their yellow, fluorescent yellow jackets with police written on them. Like back in the day, the police were pretty terrifying because they blow the whistle and 50 other bobbies on every single street corner would flood to the location. I wonder if that was easy to exploit. Because if you were like trying to do a crime, say rob a shop or something, and there was loads of policemen on the street, could you like start a fist fight or something on one of the streets where a policeman had to call back up and all the other policemen would run off, and then you could rob the shop? Or was there like a code which meant that certain policemen stayed behind? This is a very random conversation, isn't it? I say conversation. Conversation requires two parties. This is a very random ramble. My nose is getting really blocked up. Do you know how hard it is to speak when your nose just cuts off oxygen? Quite difficult. It could just be me though. I think I just need to take loads of anti-congestion things. It'd sort me out. Right, we're almost there anyway. That kind of makes the episode the perfect length for me. And then I've got to edit it. Yes. I do love editing. Can you tell I love editing? All of my videos have literally zero editing in them. I just like add a start screen, kind of. Put my Twitter tag up on the corner of the screen and no one looks at it. And I put the end screen on, which I really need to redo. I'm thinking about really some rebranding soon. We're getting a new cover photo, new YouTube logo, and end screens and things, just to make my videos look a little bit better. Because right now I'm still kind of using the same stuff I did as temporary solutions about a year ago. But either way, this seems like a perfect place for me to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time.